Today I'm back on the Galaxie. This time we're moving up front where rust, regret and seized bolts await. Hooray, I lived. I'll be removing the front suspension and wing on the passenger side, then it's the usual ritual. Clean it, paint it and pretend it'll all go back together easily. By the end of this episode, one corner of the car will look almost respectable, which is frankly more than I can say for myself. Right, we've almost finished the back end, so we're moving on to the front. So it's more or less the same as the back, where we've got rusty brakes, rusty suspension, bushes that need replacing, and all this surface rust sanding off and painting. We need to remove the brakes and the sway bar linking. The sway bar linkage is buggered. The bushes on this side don't look too bad, but on the other side they're a little bit cracked. I don't know if you can see, but the linkage is shot. So the sway bar is going to be coming off. We need to take the shocks out and then the brake hub. Might have a look at the brakes first. To repeat on the other side, I can take the anti-roll bar off. Alright, sway bar out. Right, to get the shock out, I need to undo that nut there, and then there's two more under there that I need to undo. Right, the problem we've got here is a little mount. Can you see that turning around? Can't undo it because of that. So I need to work out how to keep that from moving. Managed to clamp a vice grip onto there. Let's see whether I can stop it from turning. It's almost at the end, I can feel it. see how good it is. Oh god, no, that's not even moving. This is the one from the other side. Yeah, goes in, comes out a bit. Yeah, buggered. Right, so I'm going to get the angle grinder onto the chassis and see about cleaning some of this up. My battery's running low, so I might just disappear. The reason for cleaning the chassis up now was that I didn't have the correct spring compressor, so I couldn't really progress until I got one. Right, so the other evening I removed the split pins from the castellated nuts and undid them, and they all came out and broke free really easily. I've not removed the bottom one because the spring would have fired out, so I put the spring compressor in. Might need to tighten that up just a little bit more. Then all I need to do now is remove that, and I should be able to remove the spring and then remove the lower arm. When it comes to the upper arm, those two nuts there are for alignment, steering alignment. So I need to take some measurements before I remove that. Right, everything's coming off. I managed to get the split pin out of there.
Oh, good.
Got those undone, so just undoing that.
Yeah.
That is
Almost loose.
almost, yeah, loose. I might have to borrow your extension again.
Yeah, longer.
That's too
You want to
weedy.
use longer, not a 1/2 inch spanner as well.
Yeah.
Take that tie arm out completely, it won't get in the way. That, yeah. Oh, right.
It's undone.
Yeah. That's it.
Hooray, I lived.
I thought it was like 20p. I just bought like 5. Yeah, exactly. And bushes, bottom ball joints, like, you know,
Right, got the front bumper off, so I can clean up that bit. But the captive nut for that bolt is spinning, so that's going to have to be ground off, I think. And then, because all that needs cleaning up down there, I may have a go at unbolting this and the front grille. I got a surprise when I took the headlamps around off. So while I've got a bit of light, I'm going to attempt to take this wing off. So we've got two bolts here, two there. That bracket needs to come off. Then under here we've got these which fasten it to the inner wing. Got that bracket there. There's that under there, and then there's one down there somewhere, which but I can't video doing it because I've got no tripod. I've left it at home. I'm an idiot. Oh, these need to come out as well. Right, I'm going to crack on and I'll see you when I've done. Well, that didn't take long. I later removed the inner wing too. It needs a small repair to where the battery tray was before I can paint it. So I got on with the inside of the outer wing, and it was the usual story. Step 1, angle grinder and wire brush to remove the rust. Step 2, hydrate 80 rust converter. Step 3, red oxide primer. And step 4, Dinatrol 445 stone chip. With the inner wing off, I was able to fully clean and paint the chassis. I didn't film that, as you're probably sick of watching paint dry. I also cleaned and painted the bumper brackets, hinge panels and suspension. However, in order for me to get in and paint the cross member, I had to remove the steering linkage, so that's what I'm doing next. Right, so before I can clean all that up and paint it, I've got the brake pipes running across the cross member. So I've got 3 bolts to take off, which are 1/2 inch. You can't get to them with a socket, so I've had to use a spanner. I've got the stubby spanners and the long spanners only just fit. Well, only just fit that one. Probably that one. Can't see the one on the other side. So this will take a while. I carried on removing the steering so I'd have better access to the bolts. You wouldn't get split pins coming out like that on a 66 Anglia. I'll be replacing the idler arm bush and the arms with new, as they're still available, and cleaning up and painting the rest. Got the arm off, which allowed access for me to paint that. I've painted the inside as well. Treated it with hydrate 80 as usual. And up there, and the tie rod mounting point. So the next step now is to rebuild the front suspension. Right, I've got all the front suspension painted. New ball joints. These are still available new. So I've installed those. I've got all my bags of nuts all labelled up. Got new shocks to fit. So I think it'll be a case of bolting that in first, connecting that at the top edge there, pressing the spring, putting that in, and then connecting the stub axle to get it all together. Right, just realised I had to swap out one of those bolts for the bump stop. That's an original 19 65 bump stop. Look how good it is. And these are the fasteners that bolt that up. Right, need to find out what the torque specs for these are. Go on. Right, spring. Maybe possible to do it by just jacking that up, but I don't know. See, that goes like that, so yeah. Let's get the spring compressor. The problem I have is I've lent the impact onto Matt. Oh, he has left it. Although he's taken my battery. That's why he's taken my battery. No, not yet. Right, let's get an extension. Does need zapping up a bit more, which I won't be able to do with this. Right, I will come back. Third time's a charm. I put a thin layer of sealant on the back plate as the gaskets are NLA. Rebuilding the front brakes are easier than the back because there's no handbrake cable, but the process is the same. Here I'm fastening the back plate to the spindle. Next, the new master cylinder goes on. This is held in place by a large nut. Then, using one of Matt's screwdrivers, fold over the tabs on the lock plate. Next, put copper grease on the 6 flat contact points. Then insert the slave cylinder pins. The shoes go on next, using the fasteners from the fitting kit. And here I'm employing my shiny new fitting tool from Rock Auto. £2.78, bargain. First time. Now it's the anchor pin plate, the secondary shoe spring and the cable guide so I can fit the cable. This fastens to the adjusting lever. Finally, the remaining springs are fitted. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that I reused the original springs as the one in the fitting kit didn't seem right. Front drums aren't in the best condition. I've tried cleaning them up, but I may end up getting them skimmed. You can get new ones, but look, they're heavy, so God knows how much the shipping will be. But I'm just going to put these on temporarily, see what the other side's like, and decide then. And because it's temporary, that's why I'm not greasing the bearing. Okay. I'll be refitting the tie bar once the radiator support is off so I can get in and paint the mount. Other than that, the front passenger suspension is done. Next time, I rebuild the heater box and remove the radiator support.